That's much better. Good evening. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before. But good evening.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our town meeting for Wednesday, November the 19th. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Meeting rules, citizens participation, every person will have 3 minutes to speak. We'll hold those comments down to public comment, and that is pretty much it. And make sure we're respecting each other when we are speaking. Hello. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Mayor Stewart?
Excused.
Vice Chairman St. John?
Present.
Councilmember Waiters? Councilmember Oscar?
Present.
Councilmember Downing?
Present.
Thank you. I would ask, since we're Council of 5 now, we do have a quorum, right? We don't have to do any legislation or approve anything, so we are fine to continue to move on. All right, let's go ahead. And did everyone have a chance to review the agenda? All good there?
Yes.
All right, are there any amendments to be made or requested? I'm gonna leave. I'm actually gonna leave everything on here that was on here. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move that we approve the agenda.
Got a second, or what do we need down in the second?
Downing, right, second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Okay, we don't have any meeting minutes, right, to approve at this time? Okay, there are no meeting minutes that need to be approved at this time. All right, so we can go down to reports. Starting with the police department, do we have something from the chief?
Yes.
Hey,
Just stats.
all right, one moment, we're gonna pull that up for you guys. Do we need to recall, bro?
This is the chief's report.
Okay, and before you get into that, we're gonna go through the roll call as another council member just arrived for the record.
Mayor Stewart?
Excused,
Vice Chairman St. John?
present.
Councilmember Waiters?
Present.
Councilmember Oscar?
Present.
Councilmember Downing?
Present.
All right, and we'll go ahead and get into the police department's report.
So the total calls for service between October 1st, 2025, or October 1st, 2025 to October 31st, 2025. Total calls, 111. Do you want me to read the incident types or?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Incident type, 911 disconnect, 3 calls. Accident, 1 call. Armed person, 3 calls. Assault, 2 calls. Break-in report, 1 call. Check welfare, 5 calls. Check welfare combined, 1 call. Device, package, threat combined, 1 call. Disorderly, 8 calls. Dispute with weapons, 1 call. Domestic, 2 calls. Family dispute, 4 calls. fight, 1 call, fraud, 1 call, hold up alarm, 1 call, injured person, 1 call, lost property, 1 call, loud music complaint, 4 calls, miscellaneous police incident, 4 calls, premise check, 14 calls, property alarm commercial, 1 call, residential alarm, 1 call, stolen vehicle, 2 calls, subject stop, 2 calls, suspicious auto, 1 call, suspicious OCC auto, 6 calls, suspicious person, 3 calls, theft from auto, 5 calls, theft report, 5 calls, traffic complaint, 1 call, unknown trouble, 5 calls, vandalism, 1 call, vehicle accident combined, 1 call, total calls 93, total calls for service 111.
Thank you. And since the chief is out, if there are any questions about the stats, we'll hold them until we're able to get a hold of him. Code enforcement, is Mr. Pinckney on the line, or is he out too? I don't see him.
I don't see him.
Do we have a report submitted?
We do.
Okay.
One moment. Code enforcement report, November 19th, 2025, to mayor, council, residents from Mr. Pinckney Code Enforcement. Code enforcement citations. Our office has issued 1 civil citation totaling $5,000. Building permits for this period, we have issued 1 building permit totaling $201.32. Business licenses for this period, we have issued 0 business licenses totaling $0. Rental license for this period, we have issued 0. Vacant building registration fees. For this period, we have not received any vacant building registration fees. Vacant lot registration fees. For this period, we have not received any vacant lot registration fees. Stop work orders. Notice of corrective action notice. Our office has issued 11 door hangers for corrective action notices for various code violations. On Thursday, the 14th, our town manager and I held a Zoom conference call with David Crumpton of the University of Maryland to discuss moving forward with rewriting our town code of ordinance. Mr. Crumpton asked us to combine our current code of ordinance dated July 1988, the Town of Fairmount Heights Property Maintenance Code dated March 20, 2002, and the 2024 International Property Maintenance Code.
I'm sorry, can you scroll up just a little bit? Thanks.
Project plan, Fairmount Heights Code of Ordinances, Phase 1, Ordinance Compilation, November 13th to November 24th. Phase 2, Contextual Analysis, November 24th to December 6th. Phase 3, Comprehensive Code Review, December 5th to December 17th. Phase 4, Structural Reorganization and Drafting, December 18th to December 31st. Phase 5, Finalization and Delivery, January 14th to January 31st. My responsibilities as the code enforcement officer is to share enforcement-related ordinances and practices.
Thank you. And so same thing, if there are any questions in regards to this report, we'll hold them off till Mr. Pinckney is available. Public Works, Mr. Cradle, hey, you ready?
Good evening, council, staff, residents. This is reporting period from the end of October to now. Sidewalk repairs, on November 17th, 2025, the concrete vendor began the sidewalk repair. The concrete vendor began the sidewalk repair process.
You don't have a.
I don't have a mic.
The mic is in the
It's in
ceiling.
the system.
You just-
Oh, okay.
Speak louder,
Okay.
maybe.
Talk to me, how you doing?
How you doing? All right, so work will continue daily until the project is completed. We're still talking about sidewalk repairs. Estimated completion time is approximately 6 weeks. And we got pictures that you can see. We started breaking up, breaking things up throughout the town. All right, so signage maintenance. Public Works replaced several signposts and no parking signs throughout the community. This work improves visibility and ensures compliance with parking regulations. Bulk trash pickup. The bulk trash event for the community was completed successfully. Only a few resident complaints were received. And we have winter season preparation. Because our salt spreader on the dump truck was inoperable because of rust issues, we had a new salt spreader installed on the dump truck in preparation for the upcoming snow season. The new spreader is larger and more efficient than the unit previously used on the dump truck, and Public Works will be ready to treat our streets when needed. I've contacted the State Highway Administration to arrange continued access to the county salt dome for salt supply when that's needed. And we have some pictures of the new salt spreader on the dump truck. Leaf removal operation. Staff have begun installing a mesh top on the dump truck to secure leaves collected by the leaf vacuum. Phase 1 of leaf removal is currently underway and is expected to be completed in 2 weeks. Phase 2 is scheduled to begin shortly thereafter and is expected to be completed by the end of the year. And there we go. Updated policies and procedures. Public Works has updated departmental policies and procedures for yard waste disposal, solid waste disposal, bulk trash removal. Updated documents are posted on the Public Works Bulletin Board, the Public Works Bulletin Board, and available on the town website, and it should be right there. So those are the do's and the don'ts, what's non-acceptable, the guidelines for collection, and it's like a list of things to not set out for solid waste, and you got my contact information at the bottom. Man, that's pretty much it.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Cradle? And I do have two. The first one, so that was y'all, not WSSC across the street?
No, that's the concrete vendor.
No, okay.
Yeah, at the entrance of the parking lot, it was cracked up, so they're gonna replace that. It's like the handicap section on the corners, they're replacing all of that. So that's what that was. We had 2 locations here on George Street. So it's pretty much, maybe on every street, we have at least one issue with sidewalks, so.
Yeah, I remember walking through with them there. And then leaf removal, can you tell us like what areas are included in the leaf removal?
Pretty much the whole town. We have a lot of areas that have more leaves than others, like where the ravine is. Mainly where we have a lot of trees.
Okay.
So we're gonna attack that first, and then we're gonna come back around in the second phase, because while the wind blowing and stuff like that, the leaves are still coming off the trees. So it's no use to just keep coming, getting them. So we're gonna go through, do the whole town, do every street, and then sometime next month, at the end of next month, we're gonna come back around and clean everything up.
Okay.
Yep. For the no parking locations what information that you use to determine those no parking?
We really just replaced the signs that were already up. A lot of the signs you couldn't even see that it said no parking. So we replaced the posts and put new signs up. I ordered a bunch of signs because throughout the whole town, some of the signs you couldn't even see the no parking writing. And I will begin with Chief on for the snow removal, the streets that so he can kind of enforce them not parking on certain sides of the streets, because it looks like we're gonna have a tough winter.
Yes.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, we'll now have our town manager's report. Mr. Henry?
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Councilman. and citizens who are online. My report is actually a report for the period ending October 31st. However, much of what we do and what I do is fluid, so it may include some current activity. Okay, job vacancy, although the chief is not here, the position of police officer still remains vacant. We still have one officer and one chief, and we need to come up with a creative way to attract police officers and fill some of the vacancies. Mr. Pinckney already talked about the rewrite of the Town of Fairmount Heights Code of Ordinance. He and I met with Dr. David Crompton, and that project has started already. And he gave me the schedule in terms of our report out for each phase of that project. Okay, I'm going to move down to economic development. The Green Team met on October 23rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. Attendance is included Mr. Richard Green, who's the owner of 5443 Addison Road, former council member Jacqueline Morgan, former council member Patricia Waiters, Code Enforcement Officer James Pinckney, Renita Flood of the Fairmount Heights CDC. Thank Mayor Stewart for attending. Thank you, Ms. Russell, Town Clerk. We also had in attendance Rodney Timberlake. He's a Green Team member. Alexis Cohen, who's a special manager for council member of District 5, Sheila Adams Stafford. And of course, I was in attendance. Anyone interested, I do have a full copy of the minutes that are on file. I am required, since the Green Team is established by the council, to keep on file the minutes for each session, or each time we have a meeting. The net zero housing updates. During the month of October, HIP completed the following. The mural, the Arts and Humanities Commission issued a request for qualification for a local artist to create a mural on the fence. And I'm gonna use fence in a quotation mark because I thought it meant the existing fence. However, they're creating a new fence, which is gonna divide the pocket park. The artist selected was Cedar Love. She's a local artist, and she does fantastic work. So work has already started on the pocket park. If you go over there, they've already started the grading. They put down some millings, so the work is starting. I will keep the mayor and council updated, because once that work is completed, I will be working with you and through the mayor to schedule a ribbon cutting ceremony. HIP will begin screening and selecting, they have. HIP selected, they have screened and selected potential purchasers during the month of November. October 29, 2025, they hosted a Zoom meeting to call to discuss the sales of the homes. Saturday, on November 1st, they had an open house. Another on November 6th at 4 p.m. open house. Friday, November 7th at 9 a.m. The realtor, I'm changing the tense here because now this is past tense. On November 7th at 9 a.m., the realtor began the sales contract with person selected. And as of today, I'll get to that. As of today, as of today, 2 houses are under contract. And I'm sure the other houses will certainly move quite fast in terms of sale of the house. And not to toot Fairmount Heights' horn on this project, this net zero housing project has brought a lot of attention to the town. As you know, Secretary Day, Department of Housing, has been here for the tour. Members of the Blue Line Coalition have taken the tour, the University of Maryland, and I got a call today that the Anacostia Historic Human Rights Commission will be here on December 5th to take a tour. They want to look at our historic trail, and they want to view all of our artifacts that we have here. The Blue Line Corridor Coalition meeting, I attended that. The meeting was on October 29th. Of course, we had many elected officials from Sea Pleasant, Capitol Heights, and Fairmount Heights. many elected officials and representatives from many county agencies, which I already talked about, and was certainly a great opportunity for me for networking. I really want to talk a little bit about the Prince George's County Climate Stewards Academy. Councilmember Downing participated in the first cohort, and I'm in the second. The classes started on September 13, 2025 at the University of Maryland campus. And of course, I passed out a copy of the syllabus before. The third class was held in October 14th. This was a virtual meeting. The meetings are usually Zoom, but we do have in-person meetings. Each person is to select a project, and I've selected as my project is food waste and leaf composting. Mr. Kraler, you and I have to, you help me with the project, but we're gonna have to get our head together because you guys are still collecting leaves, and I certainly can turn all that into compost. And so we'll have a class on how to do that. So we had the final project presented to the final project will be presented to the Climate Student Academy and the mayor and council. Again, all of the attention bringing to Fairmount Heights. Much of my classes, they have used Fairmount Heights work as an example. Now, tomorrow will be a day for Climate Stewards Academy, and we will be meeting with the county exec at Bowie University. Again, something that puts Fairmount Heights always in the spotlight. In addition, with all the projects that we have going on, whether it's through Sustainable Maryland or other projects, the University of Maryland have agreed, and they will give us a fund of $5,000 for a graduate student. And the graduate student will help us in writing a lot of our policies and procedures. So it was suggested by Sustainable Maryland and I that the student could develop an environmental resource inventory, recommend policies, because I noticed you had talked about some policy you had changed, because there is a distinctive difference between policy and a procedure, and the action of the county differ, whether it's a policy or procedure. And then we're going to plan a publicity engaged strategy, and my target group will be Hispanic population. 33% of the population now is Hispanic, and it's a question how we're going to engage the Hispanic population in all the projects that we're working on. The launching date for the University of Maryland project and student will be January 26, 2026 through December 26, 2006. I did invite Mr. Humming to the meeting tonight. However, he has another meeting, probably getting ready for tomorrow's meeting, so he's not available. Also, I want to salute the mayor and the town for the best project ever, and that's the plans for the Good R store. I don't know whether Ms. Cohen's online right now, but she's always invited to these meetings. The Good R store is a chain of nonprofit stores to serve underserved communities. Mr. Payne and I visited several possible locations with Mrs. Cohen, Special Projects Manager of the Office of Council Member Shayla, and there should be able to enter her name, Shayla Adams Stafford, and we narrowed it down to 5443 Addison Road. This was once the, I know Mr. Williams can help me, this was once the barber shop, and he said she repair shop. Okay. So Mr. Green, he's attended the October 2023-25 Green Team meeting, excuse me, and expressed his support, excuse me, of the Good R store. He reported that all code violations were corrected since the last visit by Mrs. Cohen, and as of this week, he has paved the parking lot. He have indicated handicap parking, and we're good to go. With Green Store. I'm going to ask, and I do have some flyers here. I'm going to leave it on the table. I'm going to ask volunteers, anyone who may be interested and have time. A good project would be to volunteer to serve at the Good R store. real purpose of the Good Art Store is to give opportunity to people who are in need of food to shop with dignity and respect. So it's like any other store, and I'm excited, and I'm sure already I've gotten calls from the University of Maryland and from Capitol Heights, and I think from Sea Pleasant. They would like to come and take a look at our Good Art Store, and hopefully that this will become a project that we use throughout the Blue Line Corridor group. Also, I want to, Ms. Walker's not here, but the Chesapeake Bay Grant Award, all reports were submitted and the funds can now be drawn down. And also, I'd like to keep everybody posted in terms of what the STEM project and STEM organization is doing, since it serves Capitol Heights, Fairmount Heights, and Sea Pleasant. They will also offer free Thanksgiving baskets. And that concludes my report. I do have, did I give you a copy of the common composting project? Is that attached? Okay, so if you can just run through that real quick, it would give the citizens and those people who may be interested the food composting project. And I want to say that food composting and turning food scraps into compost is not new. It is certainly a project that is used, and I use as a model, College Park, Highsville also, they have a food composting system. I will get with Mr. Gradle and others as to how we can set up the system, and how and what foods can be composted, and how we can use basically items that we throw in the trash to build our bins, especially the bins, those wooden bins. We can use those to create our own type of bins. And so what I plan to do initially is to target a population of 10 to 12 households living in Fairmount Heights. I don't want to start out too big and we fail. So I would like to target 10 to 12 houses who would like to participate in our food scrap composting program, and we will report back not only to the town council, but we will report back to the University of Maryland. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Romy. Are there any questions for Mr. Romy?
I have one concerning the composting, Ms. Romy. The county, I know at one point when the county, when it kind of moved towards favoring composting, they were passing out receptacles for that. Because of the municipality, of course, we didn't get one. So my question is, could we find out if we would be able to get those receptacles from this is like the recycle bin versus the trash can? There's another one for that too. So
Yeah. In terms of resources needed, I did have that on my list that we really need to look at a way how we're gonna get those composting bins, whether we can get them from the county or whether I can use any of the grants that I already have funding to purchase those, because we're gonna need some of those.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then Miss Susan Walker is not in attendance today, but we do have a report for her as well, right? No? Okay. I'm sorry, we do not have a report for her. So we'll go ahead and move on to mayor and council reports. And I guess I think we can go, and then we'll just go around the room and then so on. All right, good evening, everyone, again, and this is my report, basically since the last time we met. So my report for November is as follows. Right now, I am currently looking into reoccurring activities with the community engagement and the collaborative efforts, basically aimed at supporting and uplifting the town. I am proud to share the highlights of my work alongside our mayor, Ms. Russell and Susan for the month. So right now, we currently have been working on the Thanksgiving Basket Initiative, where we are working together in partnership with the Fairmount Heights Lodge to organize and distribute Thanksgiving baskets to families in need. This effort reflects our ongoing commitment to ensuring no family goes without food during the holiday season. Our registration did close, and we did get an overwhelming response of families that are in need. So we do plan to do the distribution for that next week, and we are looking for, I think we have a good amount right now, but if there is anyone that would like to volunteer, on Saturday we will be setting up baskets. You can reach out to Ms. Russell to see if any of your availability will fit in the time slots that we have needed. We also did back to school movie night, so we hosted a fun movie night for our kids to celebrate the returning back to school. It was a little bit delayed. We had initially scheduled it for October, but we postponed it to October. It was definitely wonderful to see the youth come together in a joyful and safe environment. Councilwoman Waiters, thank you for coming out and doing that with us. The kids were able to enjoy snacks and time together in a safe environment, which is what we want to continue to do going forward. Also, our trunk or treat celebration, we did that on Halloween. Again, that event was successful. That featured 6 decorated cars. We had plenty of candy, treats, and activities. So heartfelt thanks go out to the Lodge 92 for also supporting us with that, as well as their sisters from Chapter 46. And they came dressed in costumes and everything. Everyone was enthusiastic, and we had great participation with that. In addition to that, shout out to Miss Susan Walker for setting up a trunk as well. She donated pumpkins to the children for them to paint. Officer Colin and Miss Russell, thank you guys. She helped decorate, and he was an attendant at the trunk station. So kids got to kind of interact with him, so that was cool. The mayor always doing what she does, engaging with the families. She donated cupcakes, she dressed up, and being part of the cleanup crew. And then also Public Works, thank you guys for coming in. Even on a Saturday, we had a couple of people there that came out and helped us as well. And then to all of the non-staff that volunteered and their support in making the evening festive and welcoming. Shout out to the chief. He did make an appearance with his family as well. He sat and painted pumpkins with the kids, gave them some ideas, took a pumpkin with them. And then moving on to the tree lighting ceremony, that's held for December the 6th. So something we're still working on. I didn't know, Ms. Arumi, if you were going to mention it or not. If you guys have noticed, our trees are dead right now. So just waiting. I did send some correspondence. They did ensure us that they would be able to replace the trees before our scheduled date, but I did pose the question if, it's okay to, tamper or mess. Do they need to kind of sit and settle for a while before we, go messing with that environment? So just kind of waiting on that to determine if we may need to push the ceremony up a week. But as of right now, we are scheduled for the 6th, and if we do end up changing that date, we'll try to get the communication out there through all channels, posters, flyers here, as well as all social media and website communication. 90th anniversary. So I haven't talked much about that in the last couple months. It is still an ongoing work in progress. We will have updates after our December 90th anniversary meeting, which is actually scheduled for December the 4th. And then during our work session and town meeting, there'll be more news that we can share with you guys on that. It's been a lot of things going on, and kind of had a few other things kind of focused for that, but that is very much still a thing. So we'll have more updates for that next month. And then lastly, office communications and website improvements. I've been working on improving our internal communication by implementing an email distribution list. Right now, the way it currently works today, if we need to send an email to everybody, we're wasting time typing everyone's names. We definitely don't want to make sure that no one's ever overlooked or missing. So I've been reaching out to our IT guy alongside of Ms. Russell, helping with that process. So we do officially have the distribution list, but I'm hoping that we will have that ready for internal use after some fine tuning right now. Thank you guys who have all already confirmed that you did receive the test email, but we'll basically be making sure all of that's set up so that we can go live to start using those emails next month. Additionally, I attended a meeting with Ms. Russell to explore our new potential hosting options for the town's website. The goal there is basically just to find an affordable, well-supported platform that enhances the usability and helps residents easily access the resources and the information, where you guys can clearly see and be able to navigate through the website. As far as JPC news, we did not have a monthly meeting this month. It was canceled. It was initially scheduled right around Veterans Day, so they did cancel that meeting due to the holiday. And that will conclude my report. All right, we'll move on to you, Councilwoman Waiters.
Is mine gonna come up there? Oh, no, okay, it's okay. So, I did submit a report the last time, but it's okay.
Did you want me to use that one? Did you want me to use that one?
The one with the, if you have the one for the ADA compliant, that would be better, because I could just read the other one from my phone. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'll do this. But I did want to say, Councilmember St. John, that one of the things that I did work on, you mentioned a couple of things, well, a lot. But one of the things that I was working on was to further some of the activities from the Caring for Seniors event that we did. And so I've been going back and forth to different recreation centers, and I'm finding out that we may reinvent the wheel with some of the things that we do. So one of the things that I did think about, and I see this sometimes with other websites where we put links in for them for referrals. So some of the things that I, wanted to, was looking forward to, some of the things that I would like to partake in is just simple as having a link to the different facilities and just applying indoor. And it's like $5 for the Golden Girls. It's sometimes free. I mean, Golden Girls, okay. So I wanted to say that because you had just mentioned something about.
Yeah.
I saw this today, and I have to confirm this, so don't hold me to it. I saw where, and this is Ravens. Let me see, it ain't Commanders, I guess. Let me see, it still ain't right, okay. The two football teams, Ravens and Commanders, that I saw have a day where they're going to have $5 a day for, I have to find out about that one. That would be a good thing for the kids, if we could round up some kids to take them. So the other two things that I had was to add to, again, what you were saying about Thanksgiving, was I did go to UCAP to see, they have a wait list. I did put my name on the wait list to reserve 10 turkeys for the community to add to what we're doing already. And then I have a couple of turkeys that I'm donating myself. I think that's it for me.
Thank you for your donation.
I'm gonna leave that up, thank you. I'm gonna leave that up there for a second, but this is my report because that's coming later on. I think it's gonna come. I'll do it, and then we can just skip it. So, as far as my report is concerned, I am working on community engagement. I do wanna say, while it's on my mind, is the next endeavor, Councilman St. John, I mentioned the senior prom. With the planning of the 90th anniversary, I think it may kind of take away from it. I just don't want to do anything that, you know what I'm saying, maybe make it inclusive, but not, I don't want to say competitive, but you know what I mean, I'm going to take it outside the realm of what we're trying to do. I think it'd be something, so I'll stop working on that for a minute, but still working on things to do. So, my attendance, I went to the Fairmount Heights homecoming game. I went to the 75th anniversary for Fairmount Heights. They tend to mention a lot of things that they do historically. They mention Doswell Brooks and Robert R. Gray, which are from Fairmount Heights. So sometimes I get hit with not being mentioned, the town not being mentioned in the, other than the two mayors, or sometimes we're not mentioning some of the things that the Alumni Association is doing as a starting community. So, and they even mentioned the architect in one of the events that they had. So I think it's a disconnect there I'm working on. Caring for Seniors, we had the resource fair. It was successful. I gave a report on that last month. Next step, Get Up and Move. That was what I was working on. Working on that, launching a campaign to encourage movement, social connection, and physical well-being for all ages. To gather more resources, I already said, Evelyn Cole and Sea Pleasant Recreation Center. I like to dance, and I happened to go past Cedar Heights Recreation Center where the first Sunday of the month, they have line dancing and hand dancing. To my surprise, the place was full. So it's a big event. I wonder why there's so many cars parked there on Sunday sometimes, but it's because they have a lot of events there that we're unaware of. And I did recommend that the town's official website show links to different recreation centers and other things that. I think that's it. Some of the things that we look forward to doing, but we're still working on. This here is another bulleted item on the agenda, but I can go over so we can skip it later. Submitted to the mayor and council a resolution, community engagement package, and some other attachments for signage for ADA compliance. Let me see if I can get on my phone because I cannot see that. If you could go to the bottom. Well, so what this is a packet to consider with some program. Thank you so much. It lists the purpose. It also lists the program. It promotes. Go up a little bit. I'm sorry. Up. No, that's.
Go down.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's a list of the different signage. And it may be one, I was afraid I'd talk to you about that, but I went on and did a little homework without bothering you. So, promote safety and vulnerable residents. We don't know who they are, so the package is put together to identify, have community engagement meetings to identify. You can go down some more. The community engagement part, there's a budget part in it I have to talk to the treasurer about. Go down again. Council actions, keep going. And those are the attachments. So there's a resolution. That's a draft. The application for engagement, the engagement guidelines, and the budget summary is all there, and that's it. So I've submitted that for review and approval. Again, it's a draft, so it does have to be tweaked and or modeled to fit. But more importantly, this is a citizen engagement to identify the need. And then there's a sign-up part too for qualifications. And I think one other thing that we had in there was expiration time to include as well.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Oscar, your report, please.
Well, I've been out for almost the entire morning. Unfortunately, here.
All right, thank you. And Councilwoman Downing, your report?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm going to forego my report this month. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so now we're going to get down to unfinished business. So the first agenda item, Councilwoman Waiters actually literally just went over that. That was the public safety signage for the impaired citizens. So we'll move along. That next agenda item was Thanksgiving. I did pretty much cover most of that in the report. What I'll just say here is that we are doing a Thanksgiving Day basket giveaway for families. We did ask families to register. They had all the way up until the 18th to submit that. That was the deadline. We will be setting up and distributing those turkeys to families on November the 22nd. This was a first come, first serve while everything was available. The requirements did require you to be a resident of the town of Fairmount Heights, and there was only one registration per family. So if anyone had multiple submissions, or if anyone did not live in the town, and if anyone was further down the list, they were notified that they would either only be getting one basket or they were not eligible to get a basket. So hopefully this is something we can continue going forward, and we will have contingency plans. If someone doesn't pick up their basket, we would move along the line to any family that was next in line. And that's all I have on that agenda item, unless anybody had any questions. Okay. Next agenda item is council reports from Mayor Stewart. So she's out, so I did leave it here just to kind of reiterate. We now are effectively into, we did give a notice and time frame for all reports to be in writing. So we want to make sure in December that if we are giving reports, that we have that available for our citizens to be able to read along and have something to reference as we are speaking. And that is all I have on that agenda item, unless there's any questions or comments on that. All right, next agenda item is the 20743 coalition approvals. So I did send to everyone a copy of the bylaws as well as a copy of the budget. Hopefully everyone has had a chance to review that. If you guys have not had a chance to review that, please get that done by the next town work session. The goal is for us to be able to approve this by the next town meeting. And basically this is our chance for feedback, right? So once we have the bylaws, you guys look at the budget. What we don't want to do is after going into it, people have questions. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Everything is literally spelled out for us. It is not set in stone. If we don't like something, if we don't think something makes sense, please challenge it, please ask questions, but these bylaws are basically saying how the town of Fairmount Heights, the town of Capitol Heights, and the city of Seat Pleasant will operate together as a tri-municipal function. So we basically definitely want to look over that, and if you guys have any questions about understanding something, or if you think something doesn't make sense, you have a better suggestion, we want to hear those things so that we're ready to move forward by town meeting to approve that. And all that is saying, once we get it approved, is that we don't have any, concerns or questions that we want to bring forth. After that, there'll still be another process where we're taking this to the lawyers. The lawyers will make sure all the verbiage is right. The lawyers will make sure, everything is generally equal and everything makes sense, and they'll make and recommend any changes before going into any final steps to make that final. So I ask again, everybody, just please make sure you get a chance to look that over and be prepared to have a consensus to move forward. Any questions or comments on that? Right, and next agenda item, the text lead community engagement. So Ms. Russell and Mayor Stewart have been working on this. This is something that we've also talked about in a couple of meetings, something that we'll be also making a movement on, yay or nay, as we go into next month's work session. That felt like a tongue twister. So please make sure that you guys do look at any notes over that or ask any questions that you have, so that, again, we're prepared to move forward with that. And then lastly, the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. I also covered that in the report. So basically, we are planning to do this again on December the 6th, pending that everything goes well with the tree installments, and that we are able to actually, interact with the tree. If for any reason that is not on that deadline, we'll postpone that to the following week. So more news to come on that. We'll, make sure if there are going to be any changes, we will let you guys know as soon as possible. But that is the only reason why we have not done any official flyers, because I didn't want to put that out and then we have to change that information. And that is all I have on that. We do not have any new business this month, so we'll now turn it over to public comment. We only have, announcements, I got it, thank you. We now will go to the chat, so I do have some comments here. Oh, yes. So I'll start from the bottom, then I'll go to the top. So I do also want to mention, we did connect with the Sheriff Road SDA Church, who will also be donating 5 turkeys with the trimming. So that has been included into that. Also, they will be helping to volunteer. I see you guys online, so I will be reaching out with you guys with a copy of a schedule where you guys can sign up. And thank you so much for the donation and the opportunity to partner with us. The question public comment that we have is the town's TV channel still active? If not, when was it discontinued and were citizens notified? I am going to look over this. As far as I know, is it still going? I don't think.
I don't know, maybe perhaps Ms. Russell can.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. So there, it definitely is still live. I have seen something, I can't confirm this, but I have seen a communication go out about Comcast, redoing stations or something like that. What was it? It was Channel 5 before 20, what was? We can look into that and get back to you guys if the channel station actually changed, but I do remember seeing, email communication from Comcast, and something also in our town email, so that may be the case. So we can definitely find out and let you guys know, what that status is. And then, are there any other public comments? Cause I'll go into announcements and get on this Coat and Toy Drive. Okay, doesn't look like it. So as far as announcements, we do have a few things coming up at the Fairmount Heights Branch Library. We do have flyers here in the building, but they have a lot of things going on for the kids for the month of November. We still have they've been doing it pretty much all month, but November the 20th, they have a film discussion for the movie Wicked, which was a very popular movie. And then on Thursday, November the 25th, they have a writers group screenwriting session, and that's for ages 13 and up. Rakeisha, if you would like to unmute, I will let you get on to talk about our Coat and Toy Drive that's on December 13th.
And this door, they don't even use it. Give me one moment.
All right.
Hello, council and vice chair and everyone else. How's everyone doing?
All right, we miss you.
I miss y'all too. I haven't forgot about any of you. So we're having, the chief and I have coordinated again for this year, having a toy and coat drive at the town of Fairmount Heights, December 13th through, the time is gonna be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The flyers have already been posted on the website. I see that. Thank you so much, Ms. Russell, for doing that. And thank you for so much for applying that everybody have to register for this coat drive. We have so many people who came out last year. The parking lot was full, the street was full of people. We didn't have enough toys, and maybe we have a few more coats left to give out to all the kids in the community and whoever showed up. So we're doing registration this year. We're hoping that a lot of people register for the Coat and Toy Drive. We're also asking for donations to be dropped off at the town hall before the 13th of December, before the event takes place. Any size toys, all ages are welcome, boys and girls. Chief is responsible for all the coats and stuff that's coming. I would like to thank the lodge in advance, the Fairmount Heights Lodge in advance, for helping out last year. They're going to continue to help us this year, and I'm asking for the council and staff participation on this toy drive as well, to have the toys donated I think it's at the front of the town hall. There should be a box there for anyone who wants to donate toys for this event. Again, it's December 13th. The time is from 3 to 6 p.m. It's going to be a toy and coat drive for the kids in the community.
Thank you, and yes, the box is already set up in the foyer of the building. I do also want to point out, while we, prefer new items, last year we did also have someone donate gently used coats, and they went just as fast. We did give a disclaimer and let people know that they were used coats, and they still went through and picked through them. Also, a few hats and gloves and things like that were donated too. So please, if you have something that is still in good use that you can't use, those donations are welcome, as well as at this time with everything going on, people will take what they can get in this time right now. Thank you, Rakeisha.
Thank y'all, greatly appreciate your help. Last year was a blast. This year I'm hoping the same for us and for everyone who's come out and support. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other announcements?
I have an announcement, and this is related to our issue with trees. One of the grants that we received through Chesapeake Bay Trust was $20,000, which we can use money to train our staff and council on the care of trees. It's not just the Christmas trees that died. And I have pictures that throughout the town, especially at the ravine, about 10 additional trees So we need to learn to take care of the trees that we have. In addition to that, at the Veterans Memorial Station, we have the beautiful holly trees. And I remember oh wow, he's passed away now. Mr. Jordan told me not to plant those trees in front of that wall because he said it would cover up a historic wall, and it did. And so we need some training. You guys need training. The thing that I find, even with the public works staff, that we don't know the difference between invasive plants and weeds that grow into trees and trees. So one project that we're doing through the Climate Steward Academy, somebody is doing something on invasive plants and trees, so I may have them to come out to help with the workshop. But we need, I'm not only gonna send this to our staff, but I'm gonna send it to the Blue Line Coalition staff, to Public Works, NC Pleasant, and Capitol Heights, because they have the same issues and the same problems. So we can make use of that grant that we received. So, you know, it's important that we know how to take care of the trees. Trees are our friends. I always say a good illustration is when I leave here, it could be 90 degrees. When I get to Wason's Corner, it's 80. And they said that because you're going by the what? Nope, it's because of the number of trees. And if you notice going down most major highways, there's meadows. They have trees and meadows in the median strip. All of that is to cool down the planet. And we have to play a role in doing that. And the way to do that, we have to educate our citizens, our staff, and elected officials, and everybody else. So I will get that information to Ms. Russell. I will even hand deliver some cards to have people to come for that training to learn how to take care of trees. And I have been getting a few calls from some citizens asking to plant trees on their property.
Okay.
Can I, Ms. Lewis,
Yeah.
this is for you, because I've said it before, and this is something to look into too. When we do these planning projects or these landscapings, I think we need to consider putting an irrigation system in.
Put what?
Irrigation.
Okay, okay.
And so that they, you know, it's part of the process of water. We're educating people about planting, things are dying, but for me, we put, like, I'm gonna talk about the ravine. We have the ravine down here. These need to be watered, but there's nothing to water them with unless it comes naturally from the rain.
Right.
So,
Right.
been there, done that, but I think if we do another landscape project or whatever, that we should consider putting a watering system in as well. Not to waste water, find a way to save water too, but yeah, some type of sprinkler system, beautification project, I don't know.
No, I agree, and I'm making a mental note to include that in the training.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other final announcements? All right, let's go ahead and adjourn this meeting. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Later, so moved.
Can I get a second? All right, good night, everyone. Thank y'all so much for being so kind to me on my first self-made meeting.
You do a great job. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.